Now, live from the desert's news leader, this is Breaking News.
It is the bottom of the hour. I'm Jeff Stahl. Time for another look at the top stories we are following. We are, of course, staying on top of that movie massacre in Colorado. A gunman who burst into a movie theater near Denver overnight in Aurora, Colorado, opening fire on a packed movie house crowd during a showing of the latest Batman film. Now, this is what we now know. 71 people were shot, at least 12 people died, 59 more injured. Police have the suspect in custody. There he is on your screen, identified as a 24-year-old James Holmes. Investigators say he wore body armor and used an assault rifle, a shotgun, also a handgun in the attack.
He was not saying anything at all. He was just quiet, and he was literally just shooting everyone like it was like hunting season or something. People were standing around. He wasn't aiming for a specific person. He was aiming for as much people as he could.
Officers also found Holmes' apartment booby-trapped. Now, they don't know exactly how they're going to disarm the building. They have evacuated other residents. Karen Travers has the latest on what we now know about the shooter.
Law enforcement officials have identified the suspect in the Aurora, Colorado shooting spree as James Holmes, a 24-year-old with no known connection to terrorism.
He was in she said a riot helmet. She said had a bulletproof vest on.
Witnesses described a chaotic scene. They said the shooter slowly moved up the stairs of the theater and fired along the way.
We hear like two big loud bam bam like fireworks. We thought it was part of the movie or probably someone doing a prank. But then from there, I see a guy right next to me, a gentleman sitting right next to me, getting shot.
The suspect was found outside the movie theater.
In possession of a gas mask and at least a rifle and a handgun. There's at least one additional weapon was found inside.
The suspect suggested to law enforcement officials that he had booby traps and explosives in his apartment about 5 miles away from the movie theater. Police have been cautiously searching there, entering through windows to avoid setting off any planted devices. ABC News spoke to a San Diego woman who identified herself as Holmes' mother. She said she had awoken unaware of the shooting, but she told ABC News, apparently on gut instinct, you have the right person. At least 12 people were killed and more than 50 were wounded during the shooting.
Most of the injuries were, again, gunshot wounds. They varied from wounds to the chest and abdomen and trunk, to also extremity wounds as well.
One of the victims was identified by her family. Jessica Gowie was originally from San Antonio, but moved to Colorado about a year ago.
These shooters are methodical because they don't believe they're shooting people. This is all about revenge and power.
ABC News has confirmed that Holmes was a student at the University of Colorado Denver Medical Campus. He withdrew in June. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
Now, we have also learned that Holmes graduated from UC Riverside in 2010. News Channel 3's Tamara DeMonte is at UC Riverside right now. That's where administrators have just completed a news conference about today's shooting. Tamara joins us live on Newsline 3. Tamara, what can you tell us about what they had to say?
Well, Jeff, we can tell you that there is a lot of buzz on campus, as you can understand. The Chancellor, Timothy White, for UC California Riverside, just addressed many members of the media out here. He said that he joins with everyone across the nation in expressing his profound sadness over the shootings that occurred in Aurora, Colorado. And on behalf of the entire UCR community, he is extending their deepest sympathy to the victims, families, and all of those impacted by the tragedy. And then he was able to get not very specific on the suspect, but he could tell us and confirm that he did in fact graduate in 2010 with a bachelor's degree in neuroscience. He was an honor student at the university. He was attending on a merit-based scholarship. So we're talking about a very bright individual here, and that's basically all that they could say at this time. They are working with the FBI at this time as far as getting some more information out. So it's pretty limited right now, but we can confirm that James Holmes did in fact attend UCR and did have that bachelor's degree in neuroscience. I asked the Chancellor whether he knew what his hopes and dreams were for the future as far as what he planned to do with that degree. And he said, you know, a lot of people go into research and the medical field, so he didn't have any specific answer on that, but it kind of gives you kind of an idea in the direction that he was heading before today.
Hey,
Tamara DeMonte reporting live on Newsline 3. And of course, Tamara will have more on exactly what those authorities at UC Riverside were saying during that news conference. She'll have a complete report coming up later today on News Channel 3 live at 5. Well, going to the movies today, certainly giving a lot of people a lot more to think about. The premiere of the new Batman movie in Paris was canceled today after that shooting a continent away. And we spoke to theater managers here in the desert to see what they are thinking. News Channel 3's Jason Sloss is with our live mobile newsroom at the Regal Cinemas in Rancho Mirage with that angle. Good morning, or good afternoon, Jason.
Hey, Jeff. Well, we haven't heard from managers about any cancellations in our area so far. Now, a lot of local moviegoers not scared off by what happened overnight in Colorado. As you can see here at the Regal Cinemas in Rancho Mirage, the parking lot is quite full. A lot of people here to see the new Batman movie. It's being shown on several screens right now as we speak. Now, earlier at the Pickford Theaters at Cathedral City, fans were lining up to get tickets, and they also told us what that they were thinking about what had happened in Colorado. Some told us that they had second thoughts about checking out the Batman movie today, but then they explained it was something that they have been planning on for some time, making it an activity with their kids, and they feel that the theaters around here still very safe, and they felt that they couldn't live in fear, but they're certainly mindful of what has happened. Here's what some of them had to say.
Well, it's really sad because there was children and different families and stuff there, and it's horrible that somebody just decides to walk in on their own issues and, you know, take somebody out on a day that's supposed to be, you know, relatively fun and exciting for certain people.
And as far as going to movies, this will not stop me from going to a movie because this could happen any place you happen to be in life.
Now, we haven't been told of any additional security measures being taken at local theaters, but the Riverside County Sheriff's Department did release a statement. What happened in Colorado at the cinemas is definitely a tragic event. However, patrol operations continue as normal in our areas. We can assure the public that the Riverside County Sheriff's Department is ready at a moment's notice to respond to any tragic event that may occur within our areas of service. Palm Springs Police also say that they are close patrolling the theaters in that city. And again, as far as the cancellations go, we have not heard of any cancellations around the valley as far as showtimes go. And some fans we talked with said that they were concerned that maybe they would not be able to check out the movie today, but many are coming in, and regardless, saying that they want to go see the movie, spend time with their families, despite what has happened in Colorado. Live in Rancho Mirage, Jason Sloss, News Channel 3.
And Jason, it seems kind of like that people, while they're sad about this, are pretty level-headed. And I'm reading some other comments here that there are unstable people out there, but putting a security guard at every corner of every building is not necessarily the answer. That's kind of the gist. It sounds like what people are telling you as well.
Well, yeah, they're saying that, you know, something like this can happen just about anywhere nowadays. And, you know, you can't have security guards and in every corner of everyone's life ready to go. So it's just a matter of, hey, be a little more vigilant and try and look out for others.
Okay, good information there. And Jason Sloss reporting live. Of course, we'll have more reaction from people headed to the movie theaters later today on News Channel 3 live at 5. Now, again, here is what we know right now. A man opened fire in a movie theater near Denver, Colorado, in Aurora, Colorado, overnight, killing at least 12 people, injuring dozens more. Investigators say he wore body armor and used an assault rifle, a shotgun, also a handgun, a Glock, in the attack. Police detained him just outside the theater. Now he is identified as a 24-year-old James Holmes, a spokeswoman for the University of Colorado in Denver, saying that Holmes had been studying neuroscience in a PhD program there, but he was in the process of withdrawing. Officers also found Holmes' apartment booby-trapped. They don't know exactly how to disarm the building, but they have evacuated other residents nearby. Stay with ABC, News Channel 3, and KESQ.com for continuing coverage of that movie Massacre. We're bringing you in-depth coverage of the shootings, the gunman, and his many victims. We also have video from the gunman's home near San Diego in Rancho Penasquitos, also at the scene in Aurora, Colorado. Also a slideshow of the deadliest mass shootings. Never miss a story. Log on to KESQ.com. Let's take a break now from that and take a look at the weather outside today. Also making some news. It's hot and it's more humid out there. Jerry Steffen has your first alert forecast. Jerry.
Yeah, temps have been moving up over the past couple of days. 105 right now, on our way to 109 for Palm Springs this afternoon, 60% humidity, and getting to the point where evaporative coolers are not very efficient. 50 degree dew point reading at this moment in time. Mostly clear skies. Didn't start with the marine layer, but all the cloud cover and moist weather is still to our east. That subtropical moisture being pulled up over Arizona. A little bit of rain there too. But this is all going to slide thanks to an expanding ridge of high pressure to our area this weekend, which will trigger a few showers come Sunday, maybe Monday. Today, though, sunshine, 109 for Palm Springs, 108 for Palm Desert, 110 this afternoon for Coachella, Banning at 98 today. What about tomorrow on the weekend? Well, we've got the full forecast in just minutes.
Thank you, Jerry. Your top local headlines coming up. Stay tuned. You're watching the Desert's News Leader.